Hi, my name is Eleni. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go into Walmart. I've never filmed in here before, but I see people on YouTube filming at the other Walmarts across the United States. So I'm assuming it's okay to film in here. I'm going to be getting a limited amount of groceries today, as we are going to go on an overnight trip with my boys and I. They come back from their dad's this morning, and then we're gonna head out. We're going to the Corning Glass Museum, and it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And then we'll be going to see the museum today, spending the night at a hotel that has a pool and free breakfast tomorrow morning, and then we will be going and making a project there on Monday. This is kind of our only fun event that we are doing this summer. Couldn't really afford a vacation this year. We did do an overnight in May, but part of that was because I actually had a medical appointment in the location where we were going. So I just kind of took the boys along. We kind of made it like a little fun getaway. So we're going to go into Walmart. Stopped and got gas filled up for the first time in a few weeks. Just for the fact, one, I work remotely, and two, the budget was tight, so I would only get maybe $10 or $20 worth of gas. But I filled up today because we are going away. And interesting fact, there's 2 gas stations in my town, and in the past, the prices have been per gallon have been rather close. But the last time I did get gas, I stopped at the one that was on my way home, and went ahead and paid. And then as I got closer to my apartment, discovered that the one closest to my apartment actually was 10 cents less. So I was a little frustrated with myself that I didn't look before getting gas, but I just assumed that they were still very similar in cost. And then today I drove by the one to check to see what their price was, went up to the other one, and for some reason they are still 10 cents more. And they were completely empty, so I think, I don't know what's going on with that particular company, because they do have other gas stations in my area. Why their gas is 10 cents higher per gallon. So I basically did a U-turn and went back to the other gas station. I have loyalty cards for both locations, so I was able to get 5 cents off per gallon. So I paid $4.04 per gallon for gas, and I don't think I'll need to fill up again. Should have enough to get to our destination and back and still have gas left over. But like I said, I'm going to go into Walmart. We're going to get a limited amount of groceries because I want to make sure that I have enough money available for food when we go away, because we are staying in a hotel. I checked the Airbnbs, and honestly, I wasn't going to be saving enough money to make an Airbnb worth it, even though I could bring our own groceries there. The ones that were less than the hotel were farther from where we are going, and so I just figured we'd just stay with the hotel. It's more convenient. So I want to make sure that there's enough money available for us to go out to eat. We'll have to eat out supper and lunch tomorrow. The hotel does have the free breakfast, and then so I'll get just enough to get through Friday, and then reevaluate the budget and see where we're at, and maybe pick up a few items for the rest of the weekend. I also need to find out when hours my son works, because I don't have to get enough groceries for 3 instead of 4, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna take you into Walmart with me, and I'll take you along. I have a chest vest that I wear, has a phone mount on it, so it'd be a point of view shot. So I do sometimes need to climb shelves, so if you see the camera going up, that's most likely I am climbing a shelf. I'm only 5 foot tall. Last time I was at the doctor, it's like 4 and 11 and 3/4. I'm still claiming that 5 foot. I am shrinking. I am 52. So, there you might get some climbing. We'll see. And then, we'll go from there. You'll see me shopping and pulling out things out of the shelves, but we'll do a little bit of a more concise grocery haul when we get back to my apartment. Thank you.
2.
made it back home from Walmart, I decided to turn the camera off before I went to the checkout. When I have a larger amount of items, I usually just like to go to the cashier, and so I didn't want to film her. So I turned the camera off, and I apologize. This is the first time I filmed in a store, so I'm not sure how the angles turned out to be. So hopefully you could see what you needed to see. I didn't really have to climb any shelves today. A couple of things I just needed to take a step on the lower shelf and was able to reach. I didn't get as many items as I normally would do with Walmart, but like I said, we are going away, so I want to make sure that I have money for us to use when we go away. I know I'm probably going to have to get more snacks and more lunch items after we get back, so I'll keep an eye on that. I got out of Walmart and spent less than $100. That normally does not happen. I was $79.80, and I'm going to stick this on my refrigerator for my Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards is a point system that you can get. You just scan your receipts in, and you can turn in your points for gift cards and things. So I'm trying to save up my points for Christmas and get some gift cards for Christmas to use for Christmas gifts. Never tried it before, but I thought it'd be something I could try. I have about close to 9,000 points so far. So that will be helpful. So let's go ahead and go through the grocery haul. I'm going to move the camera back because I'm not sure if I'm in the frame. So I'm going to do the frozen stuff first. The lady was nice enough to stick, without even being asked, she stuck all the frozen stuff together. So this is the item that was not on my list. I got some fudge bars. I've been trying to have popsicles available for the kids. And so I got some fudge bars, and then I have some ice pops from Dollar General that I went to on Friday. The boys like to use burritos, and they're great for lunches since they're still out of school. My boys are not big vegetable eaters, but they do like broccoli. I remembered this week to get broccoli last week. I'd forgotten. So I got broccoli. Butter. I got 4 things of ground turkey. I'm planning on making tacos, spaghetti, and a cheeseburger macaroni. So I'll use the ground turkey since it's far less expensive than beef. My mom had a homemade stromboli recipe that she used to make, and a couple of years ago I found out my sister had the recipe, so I've been making it for the boys. I had everything here to make it except for the mozzarella cheese and the pepperoni. So I got them both today. I like shredding my own cheeses when I can because it doesn't have the caking agents as the already shredded cheese. The anti-caking agents, I should say. I got one onion. Don't really go through onions that fast. I do have some recipes that require an onion. We're gonna have tacos. I still have taco cheese left from previous groceries, but I went ahead and got a small package today. Electrolytes. These probably are not as clean as the ones I used to get, but these are more in line with my budget. I'm running low on coffee, and just to stay in budget, I just picked up 2 of the Walmart instant coffee packets. These are 88 cents each. So it's good if you're a coffee drinker and you're in a pinch. I like Olipop, and so I just got 1 can to try. I haven't had the cream soda yet. I already have spaghetti here, so I just picked up some sauce. I'll use that. One night, my youngest son's not a big fan of the ground turkey, but as long as it's in like tacos or spaghetti, he doesn't mind it. I got the boys, and I'll probably use a couple of these also, the plastic drink mix from Walmart. I got a half a gallon of milk. I still have about another half a gallon from a previous grocery run. Like I said, we are going away, so I got some chips. I like the single pack chips just for the fact you get different flavors. There's something for everybody. And so I just got a small box today, and we'll probably end up having to get some more later. I'll check the sales. But since we are traveling, the packages, single packages are better. I was going to make some cookies for our trip, but we didn't get to it, so I just set this family size of the 2 great value chocolate chip cookies. A bottle of water for our trip. And then over here, I just get the single cans of cat food. It's about 84 cents a can. Just enough to get me through the week. I'm sorry. She is, Wilma is scratching. What's this again? Wilma is scratching the wall and things. She sometimes likes to do that. Got her cat treats. My one son has issues with his stomach, and it was suggested by the doctor that he take Miralax. Got some eggs. I prefer to get the fresh eggs from the Amish, but I decided not to go there today. I'm not even sure if they were open yet. And just the plain loaf of bread. I didn't talk much as when you see the video, you'll notice I did not talk much. The store ended up busier than what I thought it would be. I guess everybody had the same idea of getting up early and going out to the store. Actually, I just thought that the Amish store actually was closed today because it is Sunday. So, yeah, they wouldn't have even been open for me to get the fresh eggs if I wanted to. So that's just a small grocery haul. Like I said, I only got for a few days. Once we get back from our trip, I'll look over the budget and see where there's room to possibly get some more items for the rest of the week, but I did get the main meals taken care of, at least till the weekend. And then we'll go from there. I'm really sorry. I'm not very bubbly today. I'm very tired. I realized today this is the first full day off I have had in weeks, by choice. My company is offering overtime right now, which is something they haven't offered in about 2.5 years. So I am taking advantage of the overtime, especially in this economy. The overtime is the only thing that is helping me get everything paid for and covered. On occasion, I have had to go to the food pantry, which I am glad that is available if needed. So, but in order to get a decent amount of hours in, I have been working almost every day, even if it's only for 2 or 3 hours. So I think my body has figured out I have the next 2 days off. And so it just feels really tired right now. Since we are getting overtime, I don't want to lose my overtime pay. So although I'm off tomorrow, I am working Saturday to make up the time. And I'm going to be working 10 hours of overtime this week. Last week I worked 16. So I'm trying to up the overtime each pay period just to see the amount I need to get all the bills paid, be able to buy food easily, and hopefully be able to start setting some money aside. Like I said in an earlier video, back to school will be starting here soon. So, but I'm also very appreciative of the overtime, largely because I have been working 2 jobs. I worked second job as a caregiver, and sadly the gentleman that I was working with, he sadly passed away this week. And he is going to be greatly missed. He was such a sweet gentleman. But I will not have that extra income coming in, so I'm going to be relying even more on the overtime. So I'm really grateful that they are offering overtime to us, because I would probably be freaking out at this point. But since we do have the overtime, I'm not freaking out. I know I'll be okay financially. I'm a single mom, but we're 50-50, so I do not get child support. And so I'm very blessed, because I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have the overtime option. I also work for a company that does listen to us. We had a meeting, I think it was on Wednesday. Once a year we get in an employee survey, and so our meeting on Wednesday was to go over the survey and the concerns that people have. And there were a number of people that were frustrated because we've been on mandatory overtime for several months now. Everybody's required to do at least 4 hours of overtime. If you want to go up more and beyond that, you are more than welcome to, but everybody has to do at least 4 hours. Those extra 4 hours were causing hardship for lots of different people for lots of different reasons. And so there were a few people also speaking up that are like me, that are very grateful for the overtime, who are taking advantage of the overtime. And but they listened to what we had to say, and they decided to lift the mandatory overtime for the month of August. Large reason why we have overtime is I work as a medical coder, for those that haven't watched any videos of mine before, and we switched electronic health records, and so our billing system has been completely changed, and so we are behind in getting the claims processed. And well, we don't process claims, but the coding gets the everything coded and sent to the insurance companies. And then I work with a group called Denials, where we process the denials and try to make sure that we can get the denials paid, either doing some sort of correction, appealing the insurance denial, or sometimes, depending on the situation, we might just have to write the denial off. So we're trying to get a backlog taken care of. I'm part of what they call Wave 1, and then our next Wave 2, starts in October. So they listened to what people had to say in our meeting and decided they were going to lift the mandatory overtime off just for the month of August, and kind of give the people who the overtime has caused a hardship for, give them a break. Like I said, I'm going to continue working the overtime, and the overtime is the only thing that's keeping me from drowning financially. So, but yeah, I'm going to enjoy these next 2 days off, because I don't know when I'm going to get another full day off again. The weeks I have the boys, I've decided I'm only going to keep the overtime to 10 hours, and I'll just send in as much extra hours of overtime I can when they're with their dad. Also, with school starting, I won't be able to get on as early in the morning as I have been, because I'm the one that takes them to school on an everyday basis, Monday through Friday, because their dad leaves for work at 6. So the earliest they'll be able to get on the computer, especially the weeks that they're with their dad, because I go up there usually about 6:30 in the morning and make sure they're up and getting their breakfast and getting ready for school. So the earliest I'll be able to get on the computer is 8 o'clock. My start time is 8, so I'll have to do some finagling, but we'll figure that out as the time comes. They don't start school until September this year. So, well, this is, like I said, this is a grocery haul. Thank you so much for coming along with me in this new adventure time of taking you into the store with me. Like I said, I apologize for any angles and things that did not look right. I will get better in time. This is completely a learning experience. And thank you so much for watching. I would very much appreciate a like and a comment if you feel so inclined. And if this is something that you're interested in watching on a regular basis, I really appreciate you to subscribe. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a grand day.